My recording now. Oh yeah, something else about U of M is like a lot of people there are kind of like elitist, especially when it comes to like people who like think about things outside the book, which is kind of funny because like obviously I come from bumfuck nowhere and I just kind of had to figure out everything on my own. So the way I
Uh-huh.
teach my little brother is not to the book; it is just to my understanding.
Uh-huh.
So like the students are like, "What the hell are you talking about?" But the teachers and tutors are actually like, "No, that actually makes a lot of sense,"
Yep, yep.
which is funny. Anyways, so when we starting?
Uh-huh. Whatever you want.
Okay. Well, we had to start with saying something funny because we got to introduce the Dice Throne Contest Homebrew series again.
Uh,
Oh, we
guess
won.
what?
Guess what? What?
Tree butt.
Very hilarious, Wonk. So here we are. This is the Dice Throne Homebrew Contest series. So in which we are judging homebrews, but not in official capacity. But we will be using the rubric, and we're also not really doing it the correct way. Anyway, all that aside, we are going to be playing several homebrews that are made for the Homebrew Contest 3, in which people had 1 month to make a brew that fit 2 of 5 different requirements. We will be going over them as they come up, but essentially, like these are ones. I think I gotta block this out, but let's start from the top. So how will we explain it? What's going on here?
We'll explain what the contest is, how long, what the requirements are, what they fulfilled, and then general overviews of both heroes.
Okay. Well, maybe you should do a better bit this time. Like the guess what chicken butt one was like fine, but I don't think it was like a great intro.
It wasn't funny.
It wasn't funny.
Uh, what's a good one? What's a
What's
good
the
bit?
deal with airline food?
What is it?
It tastes too plain.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, it was 9/11 yesterday. So here we are. We are doing the what? We are doing
No, don't do that.
what? Why not? It's too
That's like
funny.
cursed. That's so cursed.
Anyways, we're doing the. I'm keeping it in. You can't stop me. It's my channel.
Okay.
Listen, I did the horrific Northern Lion thumbnail. Anyways, we're doing the homebrew contest series in which we will be judging these homebrews that are made for the homebrew contest 3, in which people had 1 month in order to make brews that filled 2 of 5 requirements. Those requirements being like using official status effects, or having a weird stack limit, or having a flip leaflet, or what were the other ones? Having weird dice
Funky,
anatomy.
yeah, or having a custom, like a custom ability type.
Yeah, like an unusual ability type. So essentially, um, we will be going through all these brews and trying to see how good they are. So to quickly go over these 2 homebrews that were submitted to the contest, we have Booker and Elizabeth and Enkidu. So Wonk will be co-hosting with me instead of Amy.
Yep,
Wonk,
me.
introduce yourself.
Well, yeah, I'm Wonk. I said words.
Yeah, this is Wonk. So she's going to introduce her brew that she's playing, Enkidu by CJ.
Yup, yup, yup.
And we no
Um,
longer have to listen to Amy.
yeah. Anyway, Enkidu, uh, basically got token Rekka can spend it after performing an offensive roll phase to basically perform an additional offensive roll phase, but can only activate 3 precept strike. Basically, deal 7 damage sometimes token. Uh, then we have increase, which is like a bigger honor. Spend 1 to add 2, spend 2 to add 5. Stagger. So this is like a strong barbed vine. Quite strong barbed vine. Yeah, receive 2 damage for each roll attempt, pass first, discard a card, and then knockdown, as we all know. So the goal with this here is just damage, more damage, and then more damage, and like combo, kind of like a fighting game. Uh, and yeah, extra ORP like. It also
Right.
got the funky dice anatomy.
Yep. It's just Black Widow.
Yeah, Black Widow dice anatomy. Oh, and also the basic, however, is also on the harder, on
Yep.
the harder
It's
roll objective.
more difficult than Slaying Beast, which is
Yeah.
interesting. All right. Let me go ahead and save that camera angle. And on this side, we have Booker and Elizabeth. This brew was made by, I forgot their name.
Nova.
Nova, Dragon Nova. Sorry, Dragon Nova. I'm very bad at names. Don't take it personally. Anyways, so this brew has flipping leaflets and unusual dice anatomy in the sense that the dice are two dice in one. So as you can see, they transform between Elizabeth dice and Booker dice. So Elizabeth dice, as you can see here, 1, 2K, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and this is going to have like 3, 2, 1. And yeah, all these dice symbols are just gonna be all over the board, and yeah, like you got what 6 unique symbols. So
Mhm.
that's definitely a lot to deal with. But what you can do during your offensive roll phase is you can spend salts to change which dice belongs to who, so without changing its value. So at 3, right, they could be this skyhook, but if I change it to the Elizabeth dice, it'll become an add, right?
Yeah. Also, if you can press page up to switch it.
Yeah, I'm aware.
There you go.
Yeah, I just got a bit mixed up. So also, every single turn, we will swap which character we are. So we start as Booker, and Booker has the ability to does not have an ability to open tears that belongs to Elizabeth, and can spend salts to draw extra cards when playing certain cards, and can spend parallel reality to draw 2 cards and discard a card. Meanwhile, Elizabeth will get this different dice anatomy by default, can spend 2 salts to crack open tears, as you see here in the salt section, and can spend parallel reality to tip up or down a dice 3 times. So what are tears? Tears are temporary upgrades to your abilities. So when you activate an ability, if it has a tear open, then you close the tear, but you also get some bonuses. So normally they actually don't have a large straight, but when this tear is opened, they gain this large straight. I believe that if you were to use a small straight, it still closes your large straight, but everything else is like unconditional upside. Like this one gives you 4 extra salts, so it's like tax fraud. You spend 2 salts, get 4 salts. This one can add like 5 damage to your attack. This one can add like a ton of damage. Whatever. Um, this one lets you also just add a ton of damage, make this undefendable, and this one lets you open up a ton of tears.
Yep.
So wait, let me take a look. Okay, they don't mention. Oh, wait, the enemy of Columbia's is only closed when specifically the large tree is activated. Okay, so only when the large tree is activated, then this closes. All right. Anyways, I think that mostly goes over it. The only thing that I didn't really go over are the special salt cards. So these cards are just like regular cards, but when Booker plays them, right, then he can spend a salt to draw a card. All right. So I suppose that's about it.
Yep, that's about
And
it.
we can roll for first. And I rolled a 3.
I got a 5.
All right.
We also
So
probably beef up these dice a little bit.
beef up my dice. All right. Yo, I can
Or
make my
any of
dice
them.
fucking massive.
Yep.
All
Alright.
right.
Let's see what happens here. Okie dokie. We'll play triple up.
Wait, gotta turn off my UI. And I almost forgot to get my picture-in-picture over here. This is very good editing. I'm so good at planning ahead.
Oh, we're gonna select stream too. We'll play double up.
All right. Looks like Wonk has 6 cards in her hand. Very intimidating.
Yep. Um, hmm. We will sell a. Uh, do I want to do this? This is a little hard. We'll sell this one. Smart steer. Yeah, and then we'll roll. See what we get. 4, 5, 6. I think I could go for Gale Edge.
Gale Edge
There's
Gaming?
any Gale Edge Gaming. Oh well,
Sin Slaying Beast Gaming?
Sinslaying. I don't want to get Sinslaying Beast right now.
Why are you being so greedy? Holy crap.
Anyway, Gale Edge.
It's a
Or
basic Gale Edge, huh?
yeah,
Don't know what you expected. Go
I
ahead.
don't know what I expected.
Alright.
Oh, all right, cool. 7 damage coming your way.
Yep, I'll go ahead and roll my Booker dice. Okay. So I may spend 1 salt to reroll these dice. Also, it's supposed to start with 2 salts. So I can reroll up to 4 of these. So I could spend this just to reroll these 2 dice, but I don't really think that's worth it. So I'm going to prevent 1 damage, and I'll take 6. And I'm
Yeah,
going to gain 2 salts.
cool beans.
I go.
Yeah, you got it. Your turn.
Alright. So I will gain a command point and draw. Alright. Let's get your Enkidu nonsense out of the way here. Let's also, I think, take a step back. Get a little bit more space. Oh, yeah. Alright. Let's go ahead and start rolling. Alright, immediately getting a 2, 3, 4 kind of situation here. And honestly, this is really nice, in my opinion, just like seeing that, like, yeah, these can become ads, these can become bird cages. This is like a pretty last minute change, and I've been playing this character beforehand.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Uh-huh. Okay, and the question is, do I want to go for like just a basic Skyrail strike? I could also go for like wipe away the debt, trying to get like an extra card draw, or parallel reality. That seems really good. So I'm going to shoot for that. Keep these 4s and reroll these. Looking for another 4 or 5. Oof. Okay, well. So this is an interesting case because if I roll a 1, I can get something.
Basically, you got a 50-50 on that one.
Uh-huh. I think it's best if I actually roll. Do I keep this 3? Is the question. I don't think I keep the 3.
I'd keep one of the 2s, but
You keep one of the 2s? You're a coward, maybe.
yeah,
Alright, fine. You've convinced me. Yeah! Crud.
there you go.
Okay. Yep, and I will spend a salt to modify this into an Elizabeth dice. And try to lock
Yeah,
in wipe away the debt. Any response?
nope.
Okay. So I will spend 1 combat point to gain parallel reality. Yoink. And I will deal 8 defendable.
8 defendable defense. I will gain increase. And take my 8.
On the chin. Okay.
Right there.
And you can go ahead.
Alrighty. Let's income. Huh. Let's. Do I want to try this? We're going to sell a. We're actually going to place what Sazarks on you.
Oh, right. At the end of my turn, I have to swap. Yeah, the inclusion I swap. So I have to change all my dice to Elizabeth.
Yeah.
And
So I
salts
would.
are touchable, so you can get rid of all of them. Great. You maybe want to do that after my defense?
No, because I can inflict a negative aspect a lot,
Okay, fair enough.
and stagger's quite nice.
Uh-huh.
And let's cut. Let's eat us our samesies.
Really?
Cowabunga.
Could have used that for a Gale Edge last time.
I could have, but I wasn't thinking about it. Huh. It really doesn't want me to do anything ever at all.
Uh-huh. You have most of the way there to Sin Slaying Beast. Stop your
Yeah,
whining.
I could just sin saying beast. Well, it really doesn't want me to.
Uh-huh. Yeah, get dunked on.
I did get dunked on. Um, let's tip this into a 4 for a large straight in your response.
Let's tip that back into a 3.
Loser. Yeah. Oopsies. Your turn. I'm
Okay.
misplaying quite a bit. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay, you're gaming. I gain comp point, draw a card. Okay. Let's play Silver Eagles. Spend 3 combat points and get 6 salts.
Wow.
Wow. How salty. Okay. I'll discard Booker Catch for 1 combat point. I could play this as Booker to get a combat point, or I could discard this as Elizabeth to get a combat point.
Yeah.
Wait, is these like gain 1 CP or 1 salts, or add 2 damage, or is it gain 1 CP and 1 salts?
I think it's or.
So I get both the CP and the salts? Or
No, I think it's either.
so I get one of the 3 options.
Yes.
I would say choose one of the following: gain 1 CP, gain 1 salts, or add 2 damage.
Yeah.
If that was the intention. But then again, if this was the intention, that's gain 1 CP and 1 salts. Like gain 1 CP and 1 salts or add 2 damage would like read way more naturally. So I guess it has to be like choose one of the 3 by
Yeah.
process of elimination. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and start rolling. Yeah. Wow, 2 6s. Oh wait, I forgot to open up my tears. I had to do that during my. Anyways, forget I rolled because I forgot to open up my tears. It would have been nice to get these 2 6s actually, but whatever.
That's
Okay.
not happening.
So let's go ahead and crack open my
You can just flip it.
my Enemies of Columbia tear, because this is a very nice ability to have access to. False Shepherd I think is very strong as well. And I'm not really like excited to activate Skyrail Strike, so I just simply will not be flipping that one. This is definitely expensive. I do think that the ad being way better than the doorway is a bit of a problem here as well. Because doorway is harder to get than ad, because ad is on 2 of the faces, right? But anyways. It's not way worse, but it is worse. But you don't have any combat points, so it isn't better right now. Played around it. Clearly. Okay. I think I just start rolling like this and try to go for False Shepherd. Because it's very good. Alright, well, I'm
No.
not necessarily getting False Shepherd, but I do have Dreams of Paris, which gives me way more salts than I need. I think here I can hard roll once and just see what happens. Because, yeah, this is pretty rough. Because for Dreams of Paris, I definitely want to get more ads. I think I'm actually really hard chasing ads right now. Okay. That's actually not terrible. Because, like, with Dreams of Paris, this isn't bad. The 6 here is very janky. Because unless I get the mini ult, it doesn't do a whole lot for me, right? Nope. And there is, of course, the possibility that I just lock in for a 7 undefendable Skyrail strike, which I would have preferred to have opened this instead. But yeah.
Well, you can't get that if you didn't have any salts.
Yeah, I'm aware. But like I could have opened this one instead of like this one. Right? I wanted to open this one because
Yeah.
I'm trying to be a little greedy, a little silly. Hmm. Okay. So I guess I'm going towards Dreams of Paris, which I don't love. I think I can keep this 2 and hard roll off the rest. That's funny. Do I keep the 6? I I don't think I keep the 6. Just keep the 2, hard roll the rest. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
Max Dreams of Paris. Well, not Max, because I would have actually preferred a third ad, but yeah,
Go for it.
great. So I will gain 5 salts. Kind of get salty. Well, I gained 4, technically. And I'm going to roll 2 dice. Okay, I will draw 1 and heal 2.
Cool. Anything else?
Um, yes. I will... Do I want to open that? It's pretty nice, but it's very difficult to roll, right? Really difficult little roll objective there. This one's really good. And I could just spend 6 salts, just like open like everything or whatever. It's kind of funny. Hmm.
Uh-huh.
I think here I spend 4 salts to open up 2 more tears. Let's open up constants and variables and Skyrail Strike. Go ahead.
Go for it. All right. Income. Let's get that out of here.
Okay. Oh, hey, small straight.
Oh, hey, small straight.
And it's like most of the way to it's like some of the way to a big gale edge if you're like very optimistic. Ooh, scintillating beast.
Um, how much?
Oh right. Also, I'm swippy swappy. Yeah, of course.
Do I want a Thunderstomp or do I want a Sinsang Beast? Oh wait, this is actually a max Thunderstomp.
Minotaur moment.
Yeah, I could honestly go for that. Thunderstomp. Roll 2. And response?
Go ahead.
8 damage stagger.
All right. Let's roll for defense on the 8 damage. Okay. So that is prevent 2 damage and gain 2 salt. That seems excellent. And I will be taking 6 damage.
Cool.
1, 2. Great.
And then I shall pass.
Great. My go. So stagger will make it so that for my roll attempts past my first, I must either to receive 2 damage or discard a card. So I don't really want to roll cards if I can't help it. Okay. I think here. Hmm. How many cards do you have in your hand? 3? This seems good. You've discarded like a samesies, so you probably have really good cards in your hand. Let's play Murder of Crows for 1 combat point, and I'll spend a salt to draw a card, and you have to discard a card from your hand at random. This one. Get dunked on, nerd. Okay. And I draw a card. Alright. And here, let's start rolling. Okay. So, hmm. Trying to think of what I do here. Yeah. Yeah, stagger is definitely annoying. I could just go for like a lame Dreams of Paris, but that seems quite subpar.
Yeah, I'd catch up real fast.
Yep. Mm. I think here I take 2 damage to get 1 more roll. Let's keep these 2 twos, I think. I could also go for Wipe Away the Dead again. It's pretty good, but unfortunately I didn't open this one. Then again, opening this one isn't that amazing. Steals 1 comment point. It's actually pretty nice if I could. Instead of taking 2 damage, yeah, okay, let's take 2 damage here. And uh yeah, take 2 damage, reroll these 2. Goody. Spend assault.
My boy the dead.
Change this into the Elizabeth dice. And lock in Wipe Away the Debt. Any response?
Huh. Um, let's see. It's very hard to make this character with. Like, what do I do? What do I do? Do I do it? Do it? Do? What? No, I don't want that. Um, yeah, it's. I think it's like almost impossible to make this character with. What? I at least push you to do a worse ability. Also, wild your 4 or yeah, you're 4 into a 1.
Uh-huh. Hmm. I do have another roll attempt.
Yeah. You also have stagger.
Yep.
Oh no, you don't. You took 2, didn't you?
Um,
You were at 42 and you took 4 damage.
I thought I was at 40.
You're at 40? Wait, yeah, you were at 40. Hold on.
Yeah, you're at 42, nerd.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
a loser.
Yeah, loser. Okay. Hmm. Going back and forth here. Yeah. Let's just take 2 damage, roll again. Roll off these 5s. Yeah. Oh, goody. I will lock in for spending 1 salt, change this back, and deal
Yep,
7.
go for it.
Alright, now I'll get 4
All
salts.
defense. Wow, nothing.
Great. Good for you.
How much damage? 7?
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, go ahead.
Income? Let's roll. Okay, we hit it.
A Sin Slaying Beast when? When are you gonna engage with the gimmick, Wand?
I need the gimmick. Fuck yeah.
Go ahead.
The gimmick. Let's go.
Alright, my go.
Yeah.
Great. Right, I was supposed to flippy flop, swappy swip. Okay. Point and draw. Alright. Let's go ahead and roll the dice. Feel the fear in our enemy's eyes. Do I open any tears here? Hmm. I think I actually don't open any. Because if I open any of these, it makes my false shepherd worse, which is funny.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And I'm pretty happy with just having access to these two, because these two are pretty good.
Oh, well,
Okay.
you have pretty good access to Full Shepherd now.
Yeah, and a small straight. I mean, it
Yeah.
could become a
Oh, yeah, you
large
could
straight.
large.
Yeah, and it can become false shepherd, which, given that you have one combat point and two cards in your hand, it feels pretty viable. Mm-hmm. I could also go for a big Dreams of Paris, but I do not need more salt right now. I could also go for constants and variables, swap out these two, and get that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the False Shepherd's very good, and I have the opportunity for it right now, so let's roll for it. Oh, whoops. Alright, well, if we miss the dice roll, we're supposed to roll them all. Alright, okay.
That's just a False Shepherd, is it not?
It is. I will transform this into a Booker dice, and then I will samesies this into a big False Shepherd. Any response?
Damn. No, go for it.
10 undefendable.
10 undefendable. Alright, I take 10 to the face.
Get dunked on. Alright, and I get Parallel Reality. Okay, do I open up this tear so that I can do more damage with Dreams of Paris? Why not? We gaming. Okay. I
Anything else?
will end my turn here. Go ahead.
Oh, did you activate this tear?
I did. I just reopened it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool, let's try this. Income. Um, yeah, let's try to go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hmm. Can't keep a 2, 3, 5. Can get 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do small straight. Any response?
No, go ahead.
7 damage and a stagger.
You want to spend your increase?
Yeah. I can
12
spend it
defendable.
after. I can spend it
Yeah.
after, right?
Yeah, you can. Also, I'm supposed to be Booker again. All right. Let's roll here. Okay. So
You need to
here
roll
I
4,
prevent
didn't you?
3 damage.
4?
4.
What is this one? Okay.
Oh, whoop, my bad. Yep. 2 damage. I'll prevent 2 damage and gain 2 salts.
Cool. I'll add 5 to that, the increase.
Uh-huh.
So that becomes
12.
11, or no, 13, 12.
Wait. Wait. So 7 plus 5 of
7 plus
12 and
5.
prevent 2, so I take 10 total.
Yep, and then I'll spend Rekka.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Mid Rekka. Or
Go
min
ahead.
Rekka in your response. Alright, 7 damage.
All right, let's roll. All right. I will once again be preventing 2 and gaining 2 salts.
Cool.
All right, we are salty.
And then we will pass.
Okay. Let's go ahead and gain my combat point and draw a card. All right, let's play triple up. Let's discard better D. Okay. And let's start rolling. We have then again, I could use my parallel reality now. I don't think I will. Yeah, I want to kind of force Sea of Doors if I can't. Haha. Ooh, 6s. Interesting. So yeah, we can now go for a Dreams of Paris. Or even a wipe away the debt. Wouldn't be bad either. Wow. Okay. So for wipe away the debt, I can make it steal one of your precious combat points. If I can get that roll right. Or alternatively, I can just do this for like 5 undefendable and like ton of value. Okay. Yeah, I think that's actually really good. It's going for Dreams of Paris now. It's funny. I mean, alternatively, I could also just go for constants and variables. I can actually like, kind of have that right now. It's pretty easy. Hmm. I can only spend this during my main phase. So rude. Timing restrictions. So mean. Okay. Honestly, I think I chase wipe away the debt or Dreams of Paris. It's kind of the same deal, is it? No, it's not. Okay. There's not much overlap there, but I keep the 3 actually. Do I keep the 3? I don't think I keep it 3. Okay. I'm overthinking this a little bit, I think.
Yeah, you are.
Oh yeah. There's so many options on this character, right? There's a lot of search space. So, yeah. Let's just roll these. Okay. Yeah. Let's just keep this simple. Change that. Change that. Lock in constants and variables. Any response?
Go for it.
All right. So 5 damage and roll 4. Okay. I will keep it. Yeah, that's about as good as it gets, actually. So
Peace.
that is 7 undefendable plus 1, 2, 3. So 10 undefendable, and I heal 3, and I gain 2 salts.
What's that? Is that ability?
Yeah. Right. It seems maybe a little overtuned.
Yeah.
Hmm. It does cost the 2 salts to activate along with that, so it's like kind of like 4 salts it costs me to activate that, but still, it's kind of
Yeah.
still a lot, right? Okay, and I have like a ton of salts and also too many cards. So let's discard one more time and end my turn.
Cool. Income.
And I know you don't have another what status effect, so I can happily just chill out on 6 salts because I have nothing to spend it on really.
Yeah, I kind of gotta kill you. Let's see if I can hit this.
Oh, I'm also Elizabeth.
Let's see if we can hit this. Ugh. This hurts. I don't want to. We'll discard getting paid.
Damn, you're going crazy. Scintillating
Ugh.
Beast moment.
This is not what I want. We'll take 2. Why is it doing this to me? We're gonna one more time. I'm just gonna keep the 2s.
By the way, the stagger is
Really?
still on you, so that's another roll attempt, so it does still deal damage to you.
Oh, fuck. 2, 4, 5. Or do I? I think I have. This is getting a 3, getting 2 1 or 2s. It's like the same odds. Except, if I roll these 3, it should be. Ugh. Why?
Hilarious.
545. 5 times in a row. Okay. I whiff.
My turn.
What are these rolls?
Okay. Let's combat point and draw.
I lost value, so much value for no reason.
All right. Well, regardless, let's go ahead and spend 2 salts to crack this breach open. Sorry, not breach. Tear.
Breach.
Wrong
Too much
game.
hands end.
Too much hands end. I'm hands end pilled right now. Let's go ahead and start rolling. Keep 2 6s.
Keep 2 6s. Keep
3
another
6s.
6.
I will play 6 it. And I'll use
I'm
wait. Okay, I'm not even gonna play 6 it. Why bother? I'm going to spend parallel reality, make this into a 6, and lock in Sea of Doors.
go for it. I'm dead.
Uh-huh. Alright, good game, good game. I guess.
Yeah,
How much is that?
I whiffed
Uh
so many times.
yeah, that's 2 salts and 18 plus 6, so 24 damage. Very cool.
Yikes.
Big number.
Yeah, I got hit hard. And also, I whiffed so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I do think that you were playing like unnecessarily greedy a lot of the time. I think this could have been way
Yeah,
closer. I also think that Book of Elizabeth is currently overtuned, but like only in a couple of places. Like,
yeah. I think, yeah, constants and variables is quite good.
Gods of Variables is pretty overtuned. False Shepherd, I think, is also overtuned. Still,
Yeah.
yeah, I think like both of these could be bumped. I think this could be 4 and 8 actually. I suggested like I thought 5 would be fine, but actually no, 5 is still too good. I think yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
funny. Because even though like it costs extra resources to get like the other side 6s, it's still much. Okay, so that's been 42 minutes of us playing this game. Let's go ahead and go through the scoring. So who should we score first?
Who should we score first? Hey, my
Probably
dog's
in
going
Kindu.
crazy. Yeah, and Kindu's easier.
So we can go through the scoring requirements. So first of all, we have our fun. How fun was this character to play, you think? On a scale of 1 to a scale of a 10 to, well, the bottom is a 2, but like, you know, we can give something a 1 if it's really miserable. It has to be even less than the 2 requirement. Actually, you know what? I'm a god in this universe. I can do whatever I want. This leaflet, it is now going to become the scoring rubric.
The scoring rubric is this leaflet.
It will be when I'm done.
Okay. Hmm. All right, there we go. So Enkidu
Enkidu.
and Kiju, I can't speak. I also kept
Endigu.
on misstreaming this ability.
Um.
Mispronouncing this ability.
Uh
Uh, anyway, fun. I don't. It's a weird hero. I mean, it's not like weird. It's like I have one ability to gain Rekka on.
huh.
It's like going back to that ability, and then I spend Rekka to go to this ability, and then everything else is like I do shit. It's like a combo of doing this, then whatever else. Hmm. I think it might have the Spider-Man-ish problem of doing the same ability
Yeah.
over and
I
over
definitely
again.
feel like just using Sin Slaying Beast is like almost always correct.
Yeah. Like I
And
should have
Gale
done
Edge
that
is like
more.
so difficult that it's not particularly practical to go for.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like not even that much better than Sin Slaying Beast, right? Because this is 2.5 plus Rekka plus avoiding a defense with no 2 fights. It's like 5 damage in Rekka approximately. Well, this is just 7 damage in Rekka, and it's way harder.
Uh-huh. Yeah, so Sling Beat, like, hmm. It's always good to hit Sling Beast, I think, is the problem.
And Sinseling Beast is the easiest ability on your board.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's like hitting your basic every other turn is the best option.
Uh huh. Which I think that this definitely could have a less flat state when you have no Rekka. So I think that's definitely like you tried to engage more with the other parts of the kit, but then you look at like Extreme Stream, and it's actually very difficult to roll. Right? It requires
Yeah,
5
it's with those
symbols.
gauntlets.
Yeah, and it's like a lot worse than your Thunderstomp. Right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you're
like some
unlikely to get the 6. So like you can even like kind of show there's a bit of a rounding error, and even the 6 isn't
uh-huh.
that good.
Yeah, it's like worse than your small straight.
Yeah. I think you identified that the small straight is like very good.
Yeah, it's like I would play like these 3 abilities like constantly.
Yeah,
Or it's like
like
I play this into the like and then I this.
yeah, and like these are just kind of like fallbacks, kind of, but it's like a very difficult fallback.
Uh
Yeah, and this isn't like a terrible fall. Like a 7 damage, it's like fine.
yeah, it's just everything else is so much better.
Uh huh.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's just like polarized, I think is its problem. Otherwise I think it would be fine.
Yeah, it's Rebecca's defense, kinda.
No, it's much better.
It's like a little better
It's
because there's 2 instances of these symbols. Actually, you know what? They don't know what we're talking about. Let's keep in mind the audience.
yeah, we're not math training.
Uh huh. Well, that's a fun upgrade. I mean, it's probably a bit too good because third piece of track activates a
Yeah.
lot in the game
Yeah,
theoretically.
theoretically, if I played the game
Yeah.
right.
So, what's the number on Rip Fun? What are we giving it?
Uh,
Arbitrary numbers time, right? No nuance, just number.
yeah. So like somewhat fun to play both as and against. Yeah, if Enkidu was like less linear, I'd probably play it again more.
Uh huh.
So like I'd probably put it at a 6.
Yeah, you wouldn't mind seeing this in a casual game. Like it shows up, someone's playing it, and like you're not like having a bad time.
No, I'm gonna have a good time. It's a pretty
Okay.
decent. Yeah.
All right. Mechanic slash theme.
Um, it's not really unique. It's Spider-Man, another Spider-Man type. It's probably really thematic though. I don't know the source material.
I don't believe it's like hyper thematic. I mean like he's meant to be like the sort of generic all rounder, right?
Uh-huh.
And like then like this is translated to a generic all rounder, right?
Yeah. So it's like a 2 or a 3.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
would say it's not unique compared to official heroes.
Yeah, no, they're not.
That sounds
It's like you combined Samurai and like and Spider-Man.
yeah. I think a 2 is appropriate. I mean I could
Yeah,
see a
2
1,
makes sense.
but yeah.
Yeah, but I
Design
don't think it's
restriction.
that bad.
So design restriction are just like it's like a 3-2-1 hero except it's 2-3-1 hero. So like your straights have a lot more overlap with your sin slaying beasts, right?
Uh-huh.
Your straights have a lot more overlap with the B symbol here, the shackles. Um,
Uh-huh.
so I will say that's not a particularly impressive use of the dice anatomy.
Uh-huh.
And also, knockdown is a rider on these 2 very difficult abilities, and doesn't even happen all that often. It happens like 2/3. Well, this happens like yeah, these happen pretty often when you get them right. It's like 4
Uh-huh.
ninths, 5/9 of the time, I think, approximately. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, it happens, but I would say it's also not a particularly interesting use of it. I don't know. What do you think?
I think I don't think it's a 2. I think they did. It's not very unique in the fact that it uses 231 at least,
Hmm.
but like it uses it decently. If Extreme Stream was better, I think it would be, and like the straight was like slightly worse. I think the 231 would be more justified. But knockdown existing is like is a token.
Yeah, I will say that the biggest thing that the 231 does for it is like it makes three precept strike feel more appropriate to go in the top left.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's like your kind of fundamental ability.
yeah, yeah. I think that's I think two or a one there.
Yeah, I can't really like I can't see it really like sliding in between effective but not mind blowing and this. I think I have to round this down to a one.
Yeah,
Yeah, clarity. What do you
I
think?
I had no issues with clarity.
Uh huh. Yep.
It's a five.
It's a five.
It's a balance.
Okay, balance. I think this character is not too far off, honestly.
Yeah, I don't think it's far off at all. I think it's probably just perfectly right in the middle, probably like A tier, like
Yeah.
maybe high B tier if at least.
I think this falls within the range of what is appropriate in X-Men. I think also because we're not like deep diving into the characters, we should probably lean more towards rating high in balance if we're not sure. Do you think you agree with that?
Yeah, yeah. I also am pretty sure this year is
Yeah.
probably gonna be balanced. Like,
Yeah. I think it's balanced, but maybe a little too linear. And I could see it technically maybe being a bit overtuned because of Sinsling Beast being such a strong
yeah.
ability on paper. But also at the same time, three precept strike's very disruptible,
Mm-hmm.
right? So it's not as bad as it looks.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. So that gives us a total score of, well, anyone can count this, but 19 out of 30, which I believe is a C. Okay. So let's take a look at Booker and Elizabeth. This is a very interesting brew, right? Definitely a lot more ambitious than Enkidu, right? Because Enkidu wasn't really trying to be like anything more than what it is. But Booker and Elizabeth is definitely like shooting the moon, so to speak. A lot of stuff going on here, right? So first of all, fun. I will say I want to give this one a um. In terms of fun, I do enjoy the mechanics at this point. I think also the visual clarity helped a lot with it. I played this character before and I didn't have a lot of fun with it in the earlier iterations. But in this one, it's like, yeah, I think that this is actually a decently fun set of mechanics. Now, there are issues, I think, with balance, and that will step on fun, right? And I think I have to let it do that because if something is like mechanically interesting but then imbalanced to the point in which like if this showed up in a casual game, I would have less fun, right? So I will I will say that like there's a lot of options here, and it definitely slows me down a lot to have to think about them. And a lot of the times, I feel like I'm not getting much of anything out of like considering all of the options. But that's also like a balance thing, right? But at the same time, like when I'm spending salts, like okay, do I want my salts or not? And then which of these six do I want to activate? And then I have to like try and figure out how much that's worth it. I have to spend salts here, and like yeah, that's a lot of resource management. I guess it's kind of the vision of the character, but it does get to the
Mm-hmm.
point where it's very very paralyzing to me, and I think that definitely steps on the fun. Um, I want to give this a 7 out of 10 in its current state. I think that if it was well balanced, it would bump up to an 8. Now, fun is very like subjective. I could definitely see someone else rating this higher, right? Because I personally prefer more minimalistic and focused kits where there's less going
Uh-huh.
on. While this has got a lot going on, so naturally it's going to be lower to me. And it's also hard to tell how engaged I would be in it because at the moment it's like I feel like I'm just identifying this is the broken path and this is what I'm doing, right?
Well, yeah. I think if it was in like if it was balanced out to where there was less brokenness in certain like
Yeah, I could see
less
it being a 9 on fun if it was like,
yeah.
it was like really
If
smoothed out and polished.
yeah, if the abilities were balanced out and
Yeah.
whatnot, it would
Like
definitely work.
even if it's not my preference, I might still rate it a 9, even though I might feel it's more like an 8 at that point, just because I'll recognize
Uh
that not all players are going to be like me. But in its current state, I think I have to give it a 7. Like, I don't think I don't think I'd be comfortable giving it higher because of the
Uh-huh.
current issues, right, with balance. And just to be like, this person made a lot of like kind of like last minute changes, so there was a lot less time to polish everything out. So I think that they did a really good job with what they had and what time they had left.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So mechanics slash theme, I think I have to give this one a 5. It's a
Yeah,
very
five is
unique set of mechanics.
yeah, swapping dice like that, especially
Yeah.
and then the flipping leaflet, changing like the salts and the tears and the peril reality.
Yeah.
Like that's good.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Design restriction.
Design restriction.
The
So
dice anatomy and yeah, so
I
dice
like the
anatomy and
dice
leaflet.
anatomy.
I really like the dice anatomy and how it works. I think
Yeah.
that's like
I think it's a
a
cool concept with the
huge
shift, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Like if it
So
didn't have the shift, it'd kind of be like but like
yeah.
like the shift is what sells it.
I will say that the flip leaflet is a, I know, I want to say it's like a little lame, not like super lame, right? Maybe I'd be more
Yeah.
engaging if I cared more about the characters. But like, I'm looking at these people like, oh yeah, AAA gritty white people, right?
Yeah. Well, like I
um,
think the flippy foot is like it's pretty like it changes the value of your status effects and whatnot.
yeah,
Like it could be yeah. Like I don't think it's the best implementation, but it sure is a pretty good one.
I think that um, hmm, it's hard to call it very impressive, but I think I could for like,
The dice
the
I
dice
think are
anime.
very impressive. Like if we're supposed to put if we split it down to
Yeah,
halfway point, like 2. We like 2.5 out
yeah.
of two point
We'll
five
round
for
up
the
here. We'll
dice.
round up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Clarity.
Clarity. Now, this is a little bit hard to judge because I was talking to the creator of this brew a lot, and as such, I had like a lot of hand holding in terms of how things are supposed to work, right?
Uh-huh. So we're not very
Yeah. So
yeah.
I'll say that, there's a lot going on in this brew. I think that they did a relatively good job at making sure that like things are mostly okay.
Uh-huh.
So I feel like there was like one question.
We had the straights. The straight.
Yeah, and like we need to refer to the leaflet, but like referring to the leaflet isn't that bad, but that is like that's not really defined on the board, right?
I
And
think
the
like yeah, the main thing I think it should be just a named separate ability.
I agree. If it was like given a different name, that would work. But also, you're really running out of space here. I would cut like this
Yeah.
stuff out, but yeah, let's make this
Yeah,
like
it's
a
a
8 damage 2 salts.
uh-huh.
Yeah, it's probably fine. So
Yeah, and also yeah, it's like 8 damage, 2 salts. It's actually like pretty much guaranteed 1 or 2 salts off of that because you have to roll a 3.
yep, you have to roll a
And
3. So if you have a 3 on the other side, then you can just swap it over and you get
you
profit.
always just swap it. There's no
Yeah,
reason not
yeah.
to.
Okay. So, in terms of rules clarifications, well, we have to take a look at all the cards, of course. Let me go ahead and turn my UI back on. Oop, all the UI. Okay. So, I think that the character does a decent job at making it so that there's nothing like way confusing in terms of clarity. Would you agree?
Yeah, no, like I think it's a colleague concept and it work like it's
At
executed
least the
quite well.
wording is done in a way that is, like, you know, didn't induce any questions in me. Now I am like hesitant to give this a 5 because it's like,
We know
um,
it
yeah, we
and
know
it's
the character,
biased.
and also the fact that there still is issues with like where do I look for information, and definitely feels awkward at times. Like I'm looking at tears on Elizabeth, but like the effect to open tears is on salts, right?
Uh-huh.
So I can definitely see like other people having issues with this because they haven't played with the creator before, and like and all that. So
And put this at a 4 for clarity.
yeah, I think that's fine. All right, and balance. What do we think of balance?
I think I mean, it's probably like I think overtuned.
Yeah,
But
I think
like,
it's like overtuned to the point that it's a pretty big problem.
yeah, like it's probably gonna
I think it's
be
stronger than
higher than.
Thor. I think it has
I
to be
don't
stronger
think.
than Thor.
I don't think it's stronger than Thor. I
Really?
would doubt it.
Like, okay, like you got like access to quite a lot of card draw, right? I actually didn't get many of these cards, but all these cards would have like, not all of them would have drawn me cards, but a lot of them would have, right?
Uh-huh.
Um,
It's like you're playing reverse Black Widow.
yeah. So like all these cards can get me like more cards. Um, we're getting like a lot of salt on this character to the point where the salt doesn't really feel like much of a cost, such
No.
that like using constant variables did not feel like it slowed me down. Having like all these tears open did not feel like it really slowed me down. False
It
Shepherd
feels
I
like
think is a huge like problem at the moment because like you open this up and then you chase it because it's not that hard, and if you high roll you get 10 damage. If you low roll relatively you get 5 and parallel, right? And you get to like
yeah.
open up everything and like you set up for the
I also
whole entire
think
rest of the game.
yeah, I think it's like you get salt. It feels like you have 6 a turn that you can spend.
Yeah. Um
Like you get basically 4 to 6 that you can spend a turn rather than it being, oh, you build up these to spend between turns, which I assume was the intention.
like kind of a problem is that the more time we spend with the character, naturally the higher and higher the power level will be, right? So
Yeah.
we're kind of like playing these characters at our worst because we're at our earliest points. I think I would say that this is stronger than base Thor. Like I've played against base Thor. This feels stronger.
It feels stronger.
Yeah. And it's like
I
there's
mean,
definitely weaker turns, but like constants and variables is very, very easy to hit, right? If I actually just force this, it's actually I think that's actually just like you just win.
yeah, no, that's what I think. You just do like what?
Yeah.
12 undefendable or 10 undefendable heal 3.
Yeah. I mean like even like this, right? This is like one of the worst rolls you can possibly get. I mean, okay, no, technically it'd look like this, right? But this is one of the worst rolls you can possibly get. Let's calculate that out. So you get like 9 undefendable, right? For 3 salts. So that's like 6 undefendable, which is like the worst outcome, right? And that's still not terrible. Like I'm calling 6 undefendable instead of 9 because you spend the 3 salts. But also salts come by so easily, that's like even less, right? And this is not a hard ability to roll, right?
And you can do it every other turn, basically.
Yeah, yeah. Because like this is not harder on Elizabeth or on Booker, and it is just like it is basically A B B B like on a 3-2-1 character, but
I can
this
see the
ad
play
has no
pattern.
overlap with this, so it's actually easier than A B B B,
I
right?
can see the play pattern being you so on a booger turns you activate this. On Elizabeth turns you activate this, and then you open these two.
Uh huh.
And this one potentially if you chase it.
Yeah. Like you go for like this and this, and then if you get enough ads, you just go for False Shepherd, right? Like that's what it
Yeah,
feels
that's
like the pattern is, and that feels
that's
like
the
it would be
pattern. Yeah.
stronger than Thor.
Yeah, it would be really strong.
And like you can open with like Wipe Away the Debt for more salt too.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you need it. But also like you get a ton of salt every time someone attacks you as Booker. And even as Elizabeth, right, you can go ahead and change it to more salt. I think I have to give this a 1. I like writing that out. I think it has to get a 1. It's really unfortunate, right? Because this is scoring pretty high otherwise.
Yeah, it's quite powerful looking at the
Yeah.
numbers.
Also, in terms of mechanics, I think maybe we gave this a 5 too quickly because it's like I'm not completely familiar with the source material. I think I'm gonna still keep it at a 5 because I think it still is like thematic, right? But it's also
Yeah,
important to like kind of understand source material and know like why things are the way they are, right?
of course.
So yeah, I think that's still a 5. All right, so let's see what this gets. 5, 10, 15, 22 out of 30. That
Quite
is
good.
I want to say a B, like a B minus.
No. Wait, that's what?
That's a C.
60. That's a
Oh, it's 60.
70%. That's a C.
Right, that's a C. Wait, what'd you get? 19 is a C minus. Okay. All right, yeah. I mean, losing all those points on balance, I think, is really sad.
A C minus. Wait, 19. That's a D.
Oh, that's a D. Oh, okay.
But also, I think in games like this, we have to boost it up.
Hmm. What do you mean boosted up?
Like typically in game and like this, because an A plus is like almost inconceivable. Um, hmm,
Well, no, we're not grading on a curve, right?
yeah,
Yeah, we don't gotta grade on a curve. Come on. Okay.
yeah. B's and C's and D's aren't that bad.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't.
Fails
I
are
also
what's
wouldn't be
worse.
surprised if like the balance here is actually a 4 and this character's actually a little overtuned, but it's very hard to tell right now, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, looks like my tabletop simulator crashed, so that is a good time to end it. So, Wonk,
What?
any closing thoughts?
These are two like characters for the contest are pretty good, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I think these are pretty good. I
Yeah.
know we rate kind of harshly, I think, but I think these characters have a lot of potential, and the fact that like Enkidu is what Enkidu is, right?
Yeah.
You can't really do much more than that. And like Booker and Elizabeth has balance problems, but that's probably because they had such little time to finish it up, right? And
Uh,
if you fix up the balance problems, it goes from a 22 out of 30 to like a like
that's 25 out of 30.
well, no more than that, right? Because if you
Or,
get the balance up to 5, it's +4, and then they'll
which
probably
is,
bump the
oh yeah,
fun
26.
value up by 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So then
And
that goes
Endeku
to
will
like
also do the
27
same.
to 28, right? So that's like really good.
Yeah, and Endeku's like you can bump up the fun factor a little bit by just changing out numbers, basically.
Exactly, exactly. Both these brews have a lot of potential. I think that Booker and Elizabeth like are in the most pleasant state to play. I know y'all didn't see the earlier states, but
It hurt. It
yeah,
hurt a
it was
little bit.
painful. I still think it's not exactly the kind of gameplay pattern for me, but that's kind of the thing, right? You want to make something that some people will love, and that's really what matters, right? And I think that some people
Yeah,
will love the gimmicks of Booker and Elizabeth, right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we can call it there.
Yep. Have a nice one.
Yeah.